Do you know
Go.
where the challenge is for this place?
Oh yeah, it's right there. She points to this thing. Even from over there, you can see what looks to be a file, kind of floating within a bubble of force, but it's not like a metal file. It looks to be made of some kind of gemstone.
And we'll approach it.
Okay, good luck.
What? Okay, so it's a metal file within a bubble of force.
No,
I'll
it's
poke it.
not a metal file.
Okay, it's a non-metal file in a bubble of force. I poke it.
The bubble of force resists your poking. It kind of just wobbles in the air.
Uh,
You
fetch.
did not.
I, I just Aaron just says that to Rusty, and Rusty's gonna attempt to just go through it.
Uh, okay, well I can tell you now, Rusty's not. It's a bubble of force. It's very strong, but
Yeah.
Rusty can, I don't know, kind of hang from it. It doesn't seem to budge.
Hmm. Okay.
I was about to say you'd see slivers, but like it doesn't have like saliva.
Oh, so there's levers. Okay, good.
What?
Um. So wait,
No,
No, no.
I said like slavers. Like,
Okay.
Saliva.
yeah, that.
Okay.
Drool.
That's me using too much Scottish word. You do notice an inscription now that you kind of are looking at the thing though. It says, where did it go? Ah, here it goes. Find mine purpose, and one thing I was made for. Present it thusly.
A non-metal file. The purpose of it. What kind of gem is it?
Give me either a dungeoneering or a praise. Alternatively, if you have some kind of, mining related skill, you could also use that here.
I'll use it first. 25.
Okay. That's a fucking diamond file sitting in there.
Holy fuck! Okay. Uh.
And suddenly he really, really wants it.
Ma'am, do you know where a storage room is?
Oh, no, we don't have that here, but every one of these rooms is dedicated to a different craft.
Okay. Um. So there's no places where we can get supplies for said crafts.
Now, you have to order them and then you store them in your own place, but we can also take them in here.
Okay. Aaron's just gonna take a few seconds, wander around this place, look at the signs.
Yeah, you do see that there's indeed a numerous different number of crafting rooms. It appears that these two, both at the beginning, are dedicated to weapon crafting using like forgery, basically. This one here is dedicated to leather or tanning. This one here would work. I don't know if you want to label these or if you want me to do it.
Uh, I got it.
Okay.
All right,
A couple
keep going.
seconds. Yep. So this one was. Yeah, this one appears to be either potion making or cooking. You can't quite tell. Actually, both of those two here appear to be either potion making or cooking. There's basically just a massive pot. Uh, this one down here appears to be weaving. This one here is glass blowing. This one here is arts. This one here is just labeled as free.
Free room, claim it for ourselves.
This one up here is also tailoring. And this one here is pottery.
That's where all the druids hang out. getting their pot on.
But where's my basket weaving?
That'd be part of woodworking, I guess.
That or you claim free for basket weaving.
Okay, so we'll have to spend some time in this area.
Does he have
Erin's
basket
gonna
weaving?
wander back over to the smithing room where the professor is and peek in, and she's gonna quickly try to identify the very fragile quotation mark looking dagger the guy's.
Okay. What relates to weapons?
I'm not really trying to identify the weapon per
Oh,
se.
okay.
I'm trying to identify the material. Is it adamantium?
No. I can
Okay.
tell you that straight off.
A very distinct colour to it.
Yeah, it's just kind of vaguely silvery, but it doesn't appear to be. You wouldn't think it's actual like alchemical silver. You wouldn't think it's cold iron.
Okay.
Maybe just very polished steel.
Okay.
It's almost like transparent.
Would I know what the material is?
And you have an extensive background within scavenging. It doesn't appear to be anything you've ever really seen before. Your best guess is maybe he's found some way to just make it incredibly thin.
Huh. Okay. Well, it's not that. That's not. Doesn't need a diamond file for whatever he's working on. I'll take a look in the other smithing room, just see what's in it.
Sure. There are like numerous tools lying about. You also see just kind of like half-finished projects. Oops. In both rooms, I should note.
Okay.
Like in this room, you could specifically see just like swords which look like they've only been half hammered, perhaps one which hasn't been cooled properly. Just like half finished.
Gosh, clean up your
Or
shit.
even broken.
Perusing, just most expensive item in the room. I'll use that for a praise for that ability.
Go for it.
21.
Most expensive. Well, discounting the equipment within there, such as, whetstone thingamabobbit,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck that's called.
Grindstone.
There is... Yeah, that. There is a shield of some kind, but it looks to have not been painted yet.
Okay.
It's a big old think chunky boy.
Any special materials? I still think this diamond file is really meant for just like adamantine or other some ridiculously hard. That or glass or gem cutting.
You don't... Like, there's nothing particularly special. You do see things which might be like alchemical silver. But, like, there's no, like, super rare material.
Okay, yeah, nothing. It's not. Okay, there's nothing particularly hard in here. All right.
Yeah.
To glass.
In glass. Glass is actually largely empty. Though, I mean, you do see... You know how, like... You see those, like, interpretive art things where it's, like, different, like, gloam-glass vials and shit?
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Huh.
You find one that looks kind of like a very bottom-heavy woman.
Hmm. All right. Hmm. There's this back room you didn't mention. Is that just lead out the
Oh,
back?
that just goes out the back.
Okay.
Sorry.
Just to speed things along. No, never mind. Because
I
you're
mean,
gonna have to describe every single fucking room I just
if
peer
you
in.
want to see, you just search the entire building.
Yeah.
I mean, as you could probably expect in the art room, no, nothing in here that could really be filed. Same with the potion rooms. The free room is just empty.
Okay.
Meanwhile, pottery room is kind of like a mirror of the glasswork room, where it's just like a bunch of malformed, pottery.
Wait a minute. Time out. I got an idea.
Time is stopped. Okay.
That sphere of force,
Uh-huh.
is that permanency?
Do you have a way of checking?
I have identified magic through engineering,
Do you need to roll anything for that, or
and I just need to roll engineering, knowledge engineering.
roll engineering, please, Finn?
It's not great.
Not that you can tell. I will also say, just out of character, permanence is definitely not a common thing.
Yeah. But does it... Okay. I can't tell if it... How is it being sustained then?
I mean, if you look down at the pedestal, you can definitely see like a greater aura of magic within that.
Hi, ma'am, is this a file for filing down force magic or something?
I don't know. They don't let me know the answer to these riddles in case I solve it myself.
Who am I supposed to give the answer to then?
I believe at the end of the 3 days, they'll ask who got the items, and then you get rewards based on what items you got.
That's great, but I still need to be able to tell the person who I figured out the riddle so I can get the reward.
Oh, like, it says there, present it thusly, so I think you just have to kind of throw something at it.
Okay,
Are you winning?
more or less. Why do you want to
Hello.
know?
I'm just remembering that meme of like your grandparent watching you play the video game and going, "Are you winning, dear?" Okay, I'm
And
sorry.
that's fair. You get the feeling she isn't like a first year student, maybe second, maybe third.
Are we sure we're not 50th year student?
Maybe that's just her curse. But you don't know she's a deeply integral character of this entire plot.
I'm gonna take advantage of my trait.
Yaha.
I got a little knick-knack doodad made out of sky metal that
Okay.
keeps me brave. That was a little gift or thing that I forged when I was really, really young. I present it thusly.
As you present it thusly, the orb kind of wibbles a bit, but then solidifies.
I'm gonna pull it back. And at the same time I present it again thusly, I'm gonna try to stick my hand into it.
Give me a strength check.
Oh boy!
Oh boy!
Strength, this is your good area, right?
Wow.
You like chip a nail on it.
You got a fucking 0. I don't even
He does
think
have a
I could-
-3
You mean a
modifier. Zero is very
-3.
likely.
Rusty fetch, as I could present it again thusly.
Okay. Rusty kind of... How is he doing it? Is he like tromping?
He's like literally just sticking his head into the thing. He's a dumb construct, so he's just gonna take it exactly as I mention it. It's just like, okay, I'll go grab it.
Rusty does actually manage to penetrate the bubble, but as he does so, the file just kind of starts spinning around very rapidly. I'm
Ah,
afraid Rusty is going to take 2 points of damage.
ow. Rusty, grab it! Grab it! His head's still now stuck in the butt.
Make me a CMB check.
I like the idea that we're just gonna run across Lake
shit.
Rusty with a fishbowl of a magic sphere on his.
Also, I will note that that damage ignores DR.
Okay. Because it is a diamond file, yes.
It is very much a diamond file, yes. As much as Rusty tries, it's just it's spin too hard. Disco fever up in there. You get the feeling perhaps the professors like anticipated people trying to game some of these some ways, and while that might be like allowed in certain things, they might want you to try and think about it, or at least suffer. That's why she's here.
Rusty, just hold there for a few seconds. Aaron's gonna hop off Rusty, and Rusty's gonna just stick with his head in the bubble. As Aaron's gonna sort of use her crutches to sort of as quickly as she can, um, walk over to one of the smithing areas, grab a pair of tongs, and
Okay. Sure, Erin can wibble her way over, and are you grabbing like a newish pair of tongs or like any specific criteria?
She doesn't want to destroy a good pair of tongs, so she's grabbing a pair of tongs that aren't like old. They're kind of old, but still
Yeah, you
would
can.
be able.
Yeah, you can find this kind of, they're not fresh.
Okay. First question.
Mhm.
Is there any traps quotation marks that I can disable here?
No.
Okay, and then I'm just gonna try to wiggle the tongs in through whatever gap Rusty's making and grab the tongs myself.
There's a slight issue with that in that whenever like Rusty were to like retract from the field, it just kind of grows back over.
No, he's not retracting from the field. Aaron's trying to wiggle it underneath his jaw. Because Rusty's head's still fucking
Well,
in the bubble.
Same issue, I'm imagining. It's basically creating a seal
Yeah.
around his head.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I'm kind of imagining.
Turns out force bubbles don't like to be penetrated.
No, they're also
No.
not very likely to burst.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm gonna take the sky metal thing and stick it underneath the bubble where the energy's coming from, see if it disrupts.
It doesn't appear to disrupt it.
Okay. Rusty, stay there. You're doing great. Stay. Rusty's gonna attempt to grab it again and then take another 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Roll CMB, but though it probably won't change anything. I mean,
Oof.
it's up to you.
Okay, never mind. Rusty does in fact manage to get a hold of it, but while his head is kind of still in the thing and it's in his mouth, does a little bit more damage, but he would be able. He is kind of able to pull it out, but as he pulls it out, the bubble kind of starts to. You know how like when you like watch a bubble in the wind, it goes like woo woo woo. Yeah, the force bubble is now starting to do that.
Aaron's gonna back up.
Eh,
Pull!
eh. Rusty can pull. And as he does, the woman or the teenager at the desk kind of goes, "I don't think you should." And as he pulls it out, it just kind of goes, but it's like resoundingly deafening. I need you to roll me a fort save.
Is this a Sonic effect?
This is the sonic effect. I think Rusty's fine.
Construct
Rusty
for
doesn't do a lot of fort effects, but I think
objects.
I imagine
It
this
does
is
not.
against deafening.
Yeah.
it does not affect objects. Yeah, Rusty's fine.
Oops. Oh, well, that'd be a 9 as well. Okay, I need to quickly roll for Bleak Burrow. But yeah, as the bubble pops, your eardrums just go to shit. It hurts so much.
Aaron doubles over, going, "Ah!"
Oops, I never actually did Fleek Burrows.
Well,
Cheap.
enjoy tinnitus.
It's not her first time blowing up something in her own room.
It's just unfortunately you were like 20 feet away from it.
Yeah, Aaron wanted to back up, then she said pull, and Rusty pulled.
Yeah. Thankfully now you can't hear the teenager's voice anymore, but you do. Well, you don't hear, but you do feel like the slamming of the door is. Bleakborough kind of sticks his head out of there and starts shouting, but yeah, you can't make out what he says.
I shout what to him?
Aaron, I'm afraid you're deaf for 2 hours.
Rusty trots over very triumphantly.
Yeah, it's just a lot of nothing coming in at you as he shouts. I mean, you kind of get the idea that he's probably kind of angry, he does like look and see that Rusty has the diamond file in his mouth, and he kind of just wipes the hand against his face.
Was the answer the thing you were smithing?
He shakes his head.
Okay, I did it. Just yell.
He kind of briskly, almost slightly angrily, walks past you, goes into here, and comes back out with a wooden heart.
What?
He shakes his head again.
I'd like. Okay, I'm gonna.
You're taking it?
I want to see what the fuck's special about it.
It doesn't appear that anything special about it. It's just like a half-finished heart.
Why the fuck would you use a diamond file on wood? Just yelling.
He just kind of like, you kind of notice there's probably like a little bit of blood running from your ear, and he pulls out from actually he just kind of creates in midair a bunch of like fridge magnet shapes, and it says "Go to nurse."
What? Okay. Aaron's gonna climb up on Rusty and go to the nurse.
I mean,
And she'll also take the file from Rusty and put it in her collection now.
that's fair. Congratulations, you're deaf. Well, also, yeah, everyone else basically on campus, you'll just hear this deafening boom. You're not deafened by it, but it is loud.
Oh god, I'm so tempted. Oh god. Where would it possibly be while this is going off?
I mean, he went to Marcus's general supplies, right?
Yeah, but like, how long did this take? Would he have finished shopping there by now?
I mean, if you're grabbing over random stuff that like you're looking for or what it was asked for, you could take a decent amount of time just puzzling over options in his shop. Marcus is kind of like a balding, slightly fat man. His shop has a lot of stuff. Probably due to the fact that it's the one official shop on campus.
I am so tempted, but Ipos has a job to do here, and he kind of needs to not get thrown out of the shop to do it.
Yeah, also out of character, I know what you're thinking, and that's probably a good way to get the tension up before class even starts.
Oh yes, I am fully aware of that, but it'd be hilarious.
Yeah, so you all hear a deafening boo.
Probably like the windows in the frame rattle. Probably if you have any animals near you, they just kind of like bolt.
You don't notice, ultimately freaks the fuck out.
I think,
Was that an explosion?
I think equally, Wolf is suddenly nowhere to be seen except behind one of the target.
Celsius kind of drops to the ground.
Yeah, no, Ash is under one of the desks.
You can
or
also notice
tables.
her skills are probably pulsing. A weird positive energy of some nature. And the weirdness of the scarf just got 10 times worse. Which I think both Wolf and Ash would be able to sense to some extent because they both have magical abilities.
Wolf has no understanding of magic at all.
He might not have any understanding, but he can tell the scarf is really fucking weird.
That's true.
Yeah, quickly, just kind of, there's a bunch of people coming out of her like houses, dorms, places of residence and such, just kind of going, "What happened? Or is everyone okay?"
Aaron stumbles out of the crafting workshop, covering her ears, going, "Ah!" Yeah.
Well done. You technically solved the puzzle.
I don't think he's solved. I think it more
know.
bypassed the puzzle.
Yeah.
Or brute force the puzzle.
Hmm.
which is technically always an option, but I don't want to let you get away with it very freely.
I mean,
As
I
you
don't
shouldn't.
understand. Why would they use wood?
I mean, I'm
What
just
do you mean
saying.
give it?
I mean, I'm just saying. Not Reese. Wolf also kind of brute forced his way through the golem issue by just being a bucket of health.
Admittedly, the golem issue is kind of the one thing that's like brute force is the answer.
I suppose. It's just, I think it was expected that the hit point needed to be spread out a bit more than one target.
Yeah. Or ever it's the one thing where, brute force is the main answer. Everything technically has like numerous different answers.
Fair enough.
My answer was get the rat folk to break it by pissing him off with the golem.
It's true.
My answer, meanwhile, was just summon an army and take punches.
Mine was to swipe it while you guys distracted it. It worked beautifully.
Okay. Who haven't we paid attention to for a while? Well, technically, Epos and still Celius. Well, first of all...
Well, I mean, I'm curious about one thing.
Yeah.
What's Silas up to?
He is reading a book, sipping tea, while
Yeah,
sitting on a couch.
Maybe Silas would notice, I don't know if you noticed in chat, but Nell has like this kind of ivy shawl around her, and when that sonic boom happens, almost kind of Looney Tunes like, it just kind of like starts running away.
I believe his shawl has run away from you.
What? Men, no! And you kind of inches Nell running out of the dorm to chase after this plant.
Plant thing, I guess. That's... Oh, God, so what was that explosion anyway? Interrupting my tea. I'm gonna go see what it is. Yeah, he's gonna come out and just wander over to where he thought he heard the sound come from.
It's pretty clear where the sound is coming from, because a lot of other people had the same idea, and now there's just kind of a lot of people within the centre of Merchant's Lane. There's just kind of a general hubbub of, what happened? Are we under attack?
You know what? As soon as he sees Arin just sitting on Rusty, holding her ears, like, he's going to sigh and just walk away now. Oh, God.
I feel that's fair.
Well, now that I'm out here, I might as well go somewhere. Where else is there? That's you, J-Mac. Where else is there the named places?
Well, I should probably point out, the school itself has a bunch of places within it, but of the places that haven't really been checked out so far,
The infirmary.
yeah, technically there is the infirmary, which is within the main school.
Which Aaron is
will-
stumbling to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
you know what?
Over to the right.
He's just gonna go into the main school building anyway, see what all's in there.
Okay. You would have probably everyone. Although I haven't bothered to write anything out about it, you would have gotten like a general. What's the thing called? Like at the start of the year, you get like a notebook and it just has like all the shit about the school.
Like a program
Just
or a
an
handbook?
introductory pamphlet.
Yeah, something like that. Basically, the school boasts a lot of facilities both in and outside of its, main building. The one building it basically has. So if you look to the slightly right or underneath the tavern, there are school locations, namely the classrooms, the spell labs, the library, the scrying pools, the auditorium, which is where you had your first, kind of this is the school thing. There's the faculty office, there's the basement, and there's the infirmary.
Let's check out the spell labs.
Okay. The spell labs are quite numerous. This school boasts a decent number of people who, prefer the arcane and also divine arts. And as a result, the school has dedicated spaces set aside for experimenting with spells, learning magic in a safe environment which won't blow up the rest of the people who live here.
Man, having one of those facilities would have been convenient a few seconds ago.
Maybe. You do notice that there's a few students kind of there's Think like kind of Dance Dance Revolution, but not quite. There's a few students standing in front of what appears to be basically a stone tablet where it flashes like a fire symbol. One of them casts a fire spell, and then it flashes like a water symbol, and one of them casts create water, and then it prompts like a skull and crossbones, and they kind of falter, and then just a big X appears, and they kind of get booted off the machine for the next group.
Okay.
This is one of the challenges which isn't labelled. Magical Simon Says.
The next one probably has to be necromancy.
Yep.
Great. So
It's pretty easy for Silas to kind of see the list of rules next to it. Basically, the Magical Simon will ask for either a certain school, a certain element, a certain level of spell, and if you manage to get far enough, you will win coins.
interesting. So
You can do this with up to a group of 3 people.
okay. So if I want to do this, I'm gonna have to look for people with various elemental affinities and all that.
Sadly, there are not that many mages in the group in that some regards.
Or you get very lucky and be one of the few people who are like, I'm a wizard and a sorcerer.
True. Yeah.
Hi, Epos.
Assuming Epos has time to prepare, they would be very good at it. Of course, this challenges are out for a few more days, so perhaps that's something you can schedule between yourselves.
Yeah, I'll need to work on that.
So none of you have actually seen Epos use. Well, you've seen him use like I think it was Mage Hand and Create Water, or just Create Water, one of the two. That's all you've seen him cast.
But he is blue.
And it's also
But
a
he is
water-based
blue,
spell,
yes.
so- Still water-based spell, so it's something.
We all know what blue means.
Mm-hmm.
But of another note, the spell labs do give like a mechanical benefit for people. Any spell cast within them count at +1 CL. The same for rituals, if you ever find any. The spell labs also give a miscellaneous +2 bonus to developing your own spells.
Ooh,
This
interesting.
extends for people who also do shit like alchemy or psychiciness.
Want to expand our spell list, and the spell labs might be an option.
One of the things I definitely want to try is, people coming up with their own sort of signature spells. You don't have that much space to grow, so it's a good outlet. Who knows, maybe Silas will come up with some new hand spells.
I may have to come up with some of my own of a different version of Stone Discus.
It's true.
I
I may or
have,
may not have gotten the idea of copying up Big B's hands from 3.5.
I mean, they're good.
Yeah, I may have to talk to you about porting spells from 3.5.
You open a can of worms now.
Yeah, we'll take. Chances are we won't port word for word, but we can take inspiration from. Should you,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
have ideas.
yeah.
I do remember you spamming. What is it? Saving wings or whatever the fuck it was. It's like you got a
Yeah.
bunch of bonuses to your saves and then hit everyone in that
No,
area.
that wasn't even a bunch of bonuses. That was literally, if it was an area of effect attack, I think I got a +4 on it. If it was
Yeah.
just a single target attack, I just negated it. If I was
Yeah.
aware that the attack was incoming, I just immediately, as an immediate action, shielded myself and one person per level adjacent to me, and just they weren't affected by it at all.
Okay, yeah, no, that sounds right. Because I remember you being stupidly tanky for a sorcerer.
Oh yes, I was.
Yes, perhaps take inspiration from things you've done in the past, or new things that you might want for your character. Which I guess will bring us back to Epos, since we're a very popular person of the moment right now. Epos,
So
you've
popular.
bought a bunch of stuff which you may or may not, mention to other people, but I'm not gonna.
Well, at the moment, there's no one else around to see him buying these things, so screw the lot of ya.
Fair.
But yeah, he's shopping. I presume he's able to buy them without issue, without being chased off out of the shop or anything.
No, they don't chase you out of the shop. You get the feeling that Marcus is pretty old. You guess he's been on the campus long enough that he's just like inundated to the weird shit. Like we have like 2 tieflings in the party. Yeah, there's probably a lot of more weird people around. You have seen a few goblins running around, weirdly enough.
Oh, yay, friends. Does Marcus have a coin challenge here in the shop?
He does not.
Ah, he's boring then.
You do actually kind of hear from just actually, roll me a d6.
A
Let's
d6.
see what gossip you get.
4.
4. Let me
The
look at my
very
random
average
gossip that I've
gossip.
stored. Da, da, da. Okay, Epos, you actually hear something, well, perhaps not interesting to Epos, but maybe interesting to people in general. It appears that some noble kid is very angry against, or is like on a one-man campaign to take down a white-looking boy. Like, not like, white skin, but like literally white.
Ah, Silas, why are you so angry? Well, yeah, that it's not immediate interest to Epos. He's not going to go charging off out to find these people, but he keeps it in mind for later.
Fair enough.
And I guess he doesn't have a whole lot else planned, so he'll probably spend the rest of the day just looking at what the other challenges are, if there's anything that's replaced them, because most of them have been picked up by now. But I know the golden crystal regrew afterwards, so the other ones might as well. So he'll probably head down to the bathhouse first, seeing as the crafting hall blew up earlier.
That's fair. Basically, you'll find a sign saying challenge complete.
Ah.
If you want, considering it doesn't take much time to kind of find out, you can kind of go about the place. You basically get the general consensus that the items don't come back, but certain challenges, such as the sparring hall one, Vilk will come back stronger than ever tomorrow and the day after. There's also a challenge. Do you bother going within the main school?
He might do that more tomorrow. Today he's just sort of wandering around outside.
Fair enough.
No,
Then
still first day, so.
Yeah. Then you don't hear about anything about challenges within the main school.
Well, I guess at some point then, seeing as, the bathhouse been completed. Crafting hall's been completed as well. Grumble, grumble. Oh, the cafe one's still there. He'll end up there at some point and just sort of shoot the fuck out of the target sign with lightning.
Fair enough.
Which I don't think I have a macro for.
I do need to mention if it has an attack roll, you can technically crit with it.
Which is the only reason I'm doing this, because I cannot beat the damage without critting.
Yeah, it's fair. It's just in case you
Ipos doesn't know that.
Hands.
No, Ipos doesn't know that. Not at all. I guess it'll be that one then, I guess. That was the wrong button. Is that set up? No, that's not got my damage on it, so it's a d6 plus 2 base. Yeah, that should be it, I think. I didn't crit. I will.
I can't do it. That start to matter. Most people.
No. That first d6 shouldn't be on it. I misunderstood how the macro was working, so it's just the 6 electrical.
Oh well, you're not last at least. You're up there with Rusty and Prismelody.
Yay.
Okay. Some people have done more than others. Other people have been Silas. At this point of the day, the chapel bell rings. It's not been that long. It's probably 3 o'clock around now. Bing bong. If you haven't eaten yet today, you are probably getting a bit peckish.
What's
I'm
hunger?
I'm not gonna go over the infirmary thing.
Fair enough. I will note. Weirdly enough, the person heading the infirmary is a gnoll. You also could just kind of generally sense magic-y things, right?
Yeah.
Whenever you kind of manage to get a look at her and she's not looking at you, you notice she's scarred with spells. It looks like someone, almost like someone just kind of, for fun, took a brand and kind of struck almost every part of her body, but not visibly.
That sounds like a sensitive topic that I will not go into.
That might be smart.
It's a good thing Ipos isn't there. He's too curious for his own good.
So, Big B, I just read that message earlier. My mum's called Laura.
Uh-huh.
Wow. SMH. But that's not her name. Ripped my mum, but that's her name now. Anyway. But for the most part, the challenges outside have been completed, as people notice as we go by, and either a sign has been held up or, just generally students mentioning, oh, did you hear someone already got the bell? Oh, damn it.
It was mean!
It just dances somewhere and runs through a crowd of people, as he mentions.
I mean, he's not telling others, he's just sort of cackling to himself.
True. For those of you who are outside, this is probably also the point you start seeing people getting a bit rowdy, for the better part. There's people challenging others to duels for their coins. You might on a few occasions notice someone attempting to pick the pocket of another person. On the other case, someone just kind of webs someone down to the floor, frisks them, then runs away.
Everyone's going to take this opportunity to realize, oh no, I have 5 strength and people are doing this. Either I play up my cripple, which I don't want to do, and make people feel guilt for robbing a crippled, or I go find friends to protect me. Let's do.
That's fair. Also, let me check. Can Madam Mer heal your deafness? She can heal certain things, but deafness is one of those things that tends to be, Oh, this is a level. Okay, no, she cannot heal your deafness, but she will give you, a general checkup and, some cotton balls to shove in your ear to kind of, protect them from noise for the rest of the day.
She basically does the equivalent of sticking a band-aid on it and giving you an aspirin.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, you can get some pain meds if you want.
I would like to, please. Thank you.
That's fair, you can get your pain meds. She also gives Rusty a lollipop.
Rusty doesn't know what to do with this.
That's
Someone's handing him something, so he's programmed just to take it. He takes it.
Rusty has achieved lollipop.
He'll just hold it there, and he doesn't have any saliva, so it's just a lollipop in his mouth. Erin will go back and try to find someone who she feels relatively trusted around, which is either Wolf, which he's, too stupid to be a danger, or Silas, who she has a little bit of a...
Which, by the way, he'll be easy to find, because if you're coming out of the school, which you would be, he's right in the sparring hall, so...
That'll do! Okay.
Yeah, sparring hall's a bit more deserted now that other people have went, full rogue. So maybe not the worst place to take shelter, at least.
And, as it turns out, a lot of people kind of went poof because they think can't be fought anymore. So.
Yeah, it's well... And there's probably, one or two, combat nuts there, but, they're just kind of doing their own thing against the targets.
I mean, let's be honest. Erin's really pretty sure that if anyone tried, attacking her, Wolf would just bring out a giant hammer on them.
That's fair. Also, Bailey's still there. He has, a tiny little set of dumbbells. He's adorable.
Wolf may have infused how he managed to gather up people and do a massive melee against the robot. Look, Wolf likes showing off a little bit. And Bailey didn't get to see how Wolf won.
It's okay, Celeste can just spar him instead. And probably get her ass kicked. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, as it stands, since Wolf likely isn't going to be raging, he's actually fair. About his rage, he's an okay fighter, a bit mediocre. His biggest thing is just his hammer is huge.
It's true.
But he's not the best fighter without him being in rage, and you're not going to be able to enrage him. So, as it stands, though, Wolf has bad. He can fight. Actually, yes, I guess that means he has slightly more combat instinct than you do, but you're, of course, also really good at dodging, I imagine. So I imagine you're dex-based.
Yes, I am.
Yeah, Wolf is pure dumb muscle. Trained dumb muscle, but dumb.
That's all I need you to be. Hi, I'm your friend now.
Mhm. Though I will note, during sparring, Wolf is a little bit. You can definitely tell Wolf is hesitating a little bit, like he doesn't want to hit you with the full force of his hammer.
This is
For-
fair.
For obvious reason.
There are like a bunch of sparring friendly weapons that are lined up against the northern western walls.
Are any of them about the size of his giant hammer?
Yeah, there's basically what amounts to not really a giant pillow. It's basically a giant cotton bud.
Well, 2 hands and
Yep.
bada swing.
Gladiator here.
Subtle stuff I'm learning from earlier. Got something that she can put over her scarf's blades so she doesn't accidentally cut someone.
Yes, if you
Not that Wolf seemed concerned.
basically the effect of a sparring hall is if you want to do non-lethal damage, you don't take any penalty to it. Also, by default, damage is non-lethal.
Neat. I mean, that's good.
And
In that case, Sellers is just going to discover one thing about Wolf, though. He won't stop fighting. Like he just doesn't seem to have run out of stamina.
I mean, this is more than fine by her.
Basically, she has a non-stop punching bag. You can spar for essentially as long as you want because you will run out before he does. So, and Wolf's okay with that. He just seems to be happy to be fighting someone.
Hey, Wolf.
Hi.
I see you're getting punched in the face currently. Do you have a moment?
Sure, one moment. Brings down the giant hammer. One moment, I'm actually going to roll that. Please don't be a crit.
Just instantly kills.
Crit.
Oh my god.
Non-lethal!
Oh, dear.
KO.
So, those lasted a while.
You can't die in
go
sparring.
ahead and... Yes, I know. However, the scarf's gonna freak the fuck out and it's gonna glow and Cell's gonna cast duel. This
What was
doesn't
that?
guarantee that she's gonna actually parry this, but she's gonna fucking try.
What was
What's
that?
She's
Sorry.
casting duelist parry.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, you might want to because that's a times 3 crit on that hammer. So.
Roll a-
That would be really cool if
I
you
have
did
to roll
one.
a 19 or above, so we'll see. I'm pretty sure. And meanwhile, you two can talk while I go make sure I'm correct with this.
And Prism Melody also shoots the bow.
Fuck Cells.
Nope, she doesn't actually parry it.
Oh.
Sorry, Celis!
So, technically, for the future, it does say it's supposed to be cast before the attack roll.
I mean, in this case, it's fine.
Yeah, in this case, it's fine. It's just
Yeah.
future.
You use anticipation of an attack.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Kind of hard to anticipate it.
yeah. In this case, Celis is just caught off guard, I guess. Even the scarf is caught off guard. And suddenly, I suppose, whacked by the giant cotton bud.
Whee! Cells
Okay.
goes
Oh.
flying.
As
Well,
Wolf just
the
kind of...
scarf wraps pretty possessively around her, and at this point, there's not okay magic coming from it.
As Wolf just meanwhile spins in a dime with a grin, looking at Aaron. How can I help?
I got it.
Aaron goes over to Sairless.
Oh, Wolf runs over.
Medicine check. Are you unconscious or dead?
Oh god, just probably. Since I don't think the whole allows us to go just dead.
Well, Ash did just heal her for 7 as well. So that helps.
Oh, okay, good.
And since that's non-lethal damage,
Yeah,
double
but
non-lethal damage.
probably
so-
not
I mean-
enough.
She's fine. I will say Wolf's not allowed near her right now. He gets a feeling if he gets near her, he's probably gonna have a vicious amount of animosity on him.
Does the scarf essentially like a dog on the chain kind of lash out?
Basically, yes.
Wolf looks concerned for a moment. What? Why?
What?
Why's your scarf being mean?
It's you just decked its master. It's a construct. Or I think it's long story. I'm not going to go into the arcane explanation.
It was, but it was a friendly fight.
Yes,
That
you
was all.
knocked her across the room.
I don't get the problem. Wolf looks
Okay.
confused. Do you need me?
Yeah, okay. First, are you awake yet? Oh, jeez. I want to attempt to get close without the scarf killing me.
You'll be fine.
Okay,
You're not
He
Wolf.
wants to kill me.
cool.
I did ask not to crit. Just saying.
And
I'd
now
like
we
to-
know
know.
the secret to quitting.
Basically, I want to check. Are you okay? Just make sure you get up.
Also, that did not heal me enough. I'll have you know that she has 10. She
Yeah.
relies on her AC, not her HP.
Like, since it's non-lethal damage and you overflow the fish, it would heal double. So
Oh, it's true. It would heal double.
Oh, then she's conscious and annoyed.
yeah,
Hi.
that's the one nice
okay.
thing about non-lethal damage. Effectively, if you overflow it, it just turns double healing.
Ow.
Are you okay? Wolf says from a 10-foot distance, seeing your scarf kind of constantly jumping 5 feet.
Celis kind of pauses and nods and pulls her scarf up. And, Erin's close enough, and I imagine Ash is as well, since Ash healed her, that they can both hear her muttering to the scarf. And since she already whispers, her voice drops even lower at this point.
Sorry, I thought you were ready. Rubs back its head.
Well, I normally rely on my capabilities to dodge something. I didn't expect you to whip around and say hello to someone while hitting me at the same time.
Oops. Sorry. He just kind of has this really embarrassed look on his face.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the campus is sort of turning into a bit of a chaos mess. And last time I checked, our personal dorm has a few people who in it are a little bit lighter in disposition. Perhaps we would like to go there and provide a sanctuary.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems like it would be a plan. You need help, Saris? Saris, right? I saw your name on the list.
Bailey,
Yeah.
can I borrow this just in case? Holds up the giant non-lethal warhammer.
Bring it back in like 2 days.
I will. If things do get if people are getting angry, I don't want to hurt any.
He just
Damn
kind
it.
of waves a hand. Yes.
How much would it take to go back on a water elemental to cuddle?
And that's pretty much just going back to the dorm.
This is fine.
Okay.
It sounds like a good plan on doing that anyways, so.
Yeah, okay. let's see if we can find people around our dorm that we know, and see if we can get them back to the dorm and provide a point of sanity, I guess. There's been a lot
Sure.
going on.
Well,
oops.
since your official sparring match is over, would you like a small protective ward, Celis?
I wouldn't mind that.
Boop. You have +2 deflection. Until you are hit.
I now have 18 AC for now.
Also +2 on saves, but that's probably less important at the moment.
Did you get Mage Armor, by the way, Jesse?
Yes.
Okay, good to know.
By the way, J-Mac.
Yeah.
Oh, they didn't set up quite right. There we go.
Does this
Six
is
freaking
murdering
credits.
Celis even more? Must finish the deed.
Please stop bullying me.
No, he's not using it as a get. Just Wolf is bringing it with him just in case he needs to do non-lethal bludgeoning. He doesn't yet have the non-lethal Great Club. I'll get one at some point, but I don't have a non-lethal Great Club yet.
I feel intimidated. This is exactly what Saul's spirit. He's a tiefling. He's getting bullied.
So is that just like a giant sap?
Yes, basically. Basically, imagine it's a sap made for a giant, and basically Wolf's wielding it in both hands.
Aaron will offer a hand to Saris to hop onto Rusty's.
Man.
I am assuming you mean me. You keep saying
Yes.
Ceres.
How do you pronounce your name?
Celis. It has an L
Celis.
in it.
Celis. Okay. Got
She's
it.
selling us something. She's from
Celis.
Avon.
There you go.
She'll offer a hand to Celis and to get a ride on Rusty because you just got blown across her.
Wolf, meanwhile, will kind of try to essentially like vanguard the front.
Right. Yeah. I don't know how much we want to advertise that our dorm is going to be a sanctuary zone for this chaos, but it's something to at least do.
I mean, let's just get moving.
That sounds like a plan.
Follow me.
Do have to check what way are you going? North or south? Or
Aaron would just cut
slightly
through the
south,
grass.
Yeah, it looks like he's just heading straight east.
Are you thinking like
Yeah.
we could do that past Cheryl's Cafe? Because the door's here.
That's
Up
fair.
to you.
Sure.
I figured
It's
we'd
even
go
that-
this way because this is towards the front door.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's the route we're taking.
Okay, as long as you do go that general route, that's all I need to know. Because you
Yes.
will notice something before you get back to the dorm. You see, well, Aaron, Ash, you obviously recognize her. You see Nell kind of facing off, or appears to be facing off against two figures. She's kind of protectively holding the ivy shawl that you first saw around her. It doesn't appear that they're like coming to blows or something, but she does look very defensive.
Ash is just going to basically nonchalantly go up to Nell, put an arm around her, and just start taking her with us without even really saying anything.
As you kind of do so, now discuss. Oh, Ash, bye. To figure.
As they walk away, Aaron just holds up a device, pulls a pin out of it, and makes a horrible metal screeching noise.
I will say before you do that, can everyone give me a perception check?
Yes.
Oh, yes,
Oh
absolutely.
boy.
I can give you 3.
I see everything.
And if you have it, can you give me a local?
I
If you
cannot
have
roll
it,
that.
on the perception. Okay. Aaron, you're getting a +2 to this. Oh, you have untrained. Never mind.
I count. I think I count as trained.
Actually, you can. Yeah. In which case, you get a +2.
So that's a 20. And I haven't spent much inspiration today, so I'll do that again. So 23.
Fair enough. Silas, unfortunately no. Ash, unfortunately no. Wolf, unfortunately no. Bluebell technically would notice, but isn't particularly able to communicate the specific thing that she notices. Erin, probably the actual best person for this, considering where she was or vaguely born and raised. You notice that each of the figures kind of has a very expensive piece of clothing, but the rest of her kind of general outfit doesn't match it. Uh, it's a boy and a girl. The girl has a purple ribbon in her hair, while the boy has a kind of very fancy, like, embroidered grey belt. What did you get with your local?
23.
23. This sort of reminds you of something from not specifically your home, but your home country. There's a gang of some sort called the Suits. One of their kind of calling cards is just kind of dressing very fancily, but more important, members of their gang sometimes have basically very elaborate, lavish, expensive like pieces of clothing to basically distinguish them from the rest of the riffraff.
Oh, then I won't even pull out the device. I'll just flip them off as I follow the friends.
Oh, whoops, there goes the bakery. I guess you kind of, a raised eyebrow, but they don't seem to pursue. That is until. Aaron, what's your AC?
My AC is 19.
Okay, let's see
Never
if we hit.
mind. I'm not currently mage armored. 15.
Okay, I just need to quickly look up something. Because even if it doesn't hit you, you do notice from the sky, weirdly enough, something lands. Well, let's see if it hits you accidentally. Nope, it does land next to you. There's an arrow, and basically it just has a note tied to the end.
As Aaron rides past it because it missed her by a good margin.
Yeah.
Aaron will just pick it up off the ground and just put it away with hers.
You're not gonna read it?
Not now. I want to get to a building.
Fair enough. In which case, you can get to the dorm. The smell of curry is pretty heavy, and Nell just kind of looks to the rest of you. But that wasn't very necessary. They were being quite nice.
You were looking quite defensive. I think Ash made a good choice to go the knowledge he made.
Maybe, but
It's thing. I look at Ash as I say these things.
Oh, you can use any of them.
Okay.
Whichever one you prefer.
I'm gonna call you Curry.
Not the worst thing I've been called.
What? Aaron rubs her ears a bit. Never mind. Ignore that. Are you doing okay?
Who's that do?
Lil.
It's Nell.
No.
They were just asking some questions, and maybe they got a bit too personal, but it wasn't anything bad, I don't think.
I don't know.
Yeah. As far as things considered, discretion might be the best because with everything that's been happening lately out in the streets that I've seen.
Yeah, people are getting crazy.
Yeah, that's a bit. I mean, I've been a bit ambitious with retrieving items, but I'm not mugging people. There's standards, I think.
I mean, as long as nobody gets too seriously hurt.
Yeah, I
She
suppose.
she looks at her bombs, which set people on fire. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be going out much.
Yeah, actually, we were thinking about setting up our dorm as a sanctuary place. If people can just stay here and chill. And actually, I'll probably be staying down here a while and watching people in case anyone decides to take advantage of being slippery and sneak. I got good
Whoops.
eyes.
From map falling apart.
Stop
The
breaking
entire
the
campus is like
school.
falling apart. It's crazy.
Shh. But now Kev shakes her head. I don't think many people will be going into other people's dorms to do things, or if we do, they'd probably be sneaky. Do we have a
No.
bell?
Yeah, we do.
We should, like, put bells and doors and stuff. And at this point, you're kind of within the main body of the dorm once again, which weren't.
Yay.
Yeah.
I guess at some point Ipos would have turned back up at the dorm as well.
I mean, yeah, it's your choice. Epos could technically go out and try and mug people.
He's not going to go out of his way to mug people, but if like a single person tries to mug the kobold, he will just knock them unconscious with his magic.
Sure. And for the most part, most people aren't, like, particularly special, so you probably get to taser someone at some point.
And he will gladly, and he'll probably spend like 5 minutes knelt there next to the body, zapping it over and over again, just cackling as the body twitches.
If that happens, you probably are, like, their friends probably run away when it shows, oh no, he's got magic, but when you kind of start to, sit there and go bzz bzz, they kind of come back and start, like, chasing you off, waving, like, poles and stuff.
But Wolf is going to go out the door.
That's fair enough.
Does Wolf want a chair?
No, he's going to stand resolutely guarding the door.
Okay.